On November 4th, 1971, in a quiet suburban neighborhood, a family experienced a night that would haunt them forever. It started like any other evening. The Johnsons had just settled in for the night after a cozy dinner. Their teenage daughter, Emily, was in her room studying while her parents watched TV in the living room. Around midnight, the phone rang. It was odd for anyone to call at that hour, but Emily's father picked it up. On the other end was a raspy voice that sent chills down his spine. "I'm watching you," the voice said before hanging up. He just brushed it off as a prank, but that unsettling feeling lingered. Later that night, after returning from the bathroom, Emily noticed something strange. The curtains in her room were slightly drawn back, even though she was sure she had closed them before bed. Feeling uneasy, she went to her parents' room to tell them. They reassured her, chalking it up as just the wind or her imagination. But when Emily returned to her room, she felt an overwhelming presence of dread. Just as she laid back in bed, her phone buzzed. It was a text from an unknown number. "I see you. You should be scared." Heart racing, she rushed to her parents again, who now looked and took her fears very seriously. They decided to call the police. While waiting for the authorities, the family began checking the windows and doors. Everything seemed secure, but the atmosphere was thick with tension. Suddenly, the power went out, plunging the house into darkness. They huddled together in the living room, using a flashlight to illuminate the space. Minutes felt like hours until the police finally arrived. They searched the house and the surrounding areas, but found nothing. The officers assured them it was probably just a prank, but warned them to stay alert. After the police left, the family tried to settle down, but Emily couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. They decided to sleep in shifts, but as they all tried to rest, another phone call came through. This time it was a deep, mocking laugh, followed by the same chilling words. "I'm coming for you." Panic set in. They called the police again, who promised to patrol the area more closely. But as dawn approached, a strange sense of calm fell over the house. The Johnsons thought they might finally be safe. As morning broke, Emily looked outside. To her horror, she saw footprints in the dew-covered grass, leading right up to their front porch. The prints were unmistakable, large, and clearly not from anyone in her family. The police returned and began a full investigation, but they never found anyone who matched the description of that voice or the strange figure. Over the following weeks, the Johnsons continued to receive eerie calls, but eventually the messages stopped altogether. Though the family moved away a few months later, they never found out who had been watching them or what happened to them that night. To this day, the mysteries of the Midnight Caller remains unsolved, a chilling reminder of the fear that can invade even the safest spaces, especially on a night that should be peaceful.